We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go. My first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside, and our sideline.
A lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
Here's Cole. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Here's Wagner. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. And that bucket right there, folks, is the first official NBA basket from Wagner.
You know, and there we have it, the first taste of this young man's scoring prowess, showing he can handle NBA defense.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's the NBA that's going to have to show it can handle him, not the other way around. He's ready.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor, and Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid in anything when it comes to basketball.
All right now, gentlemen, two shot. Loose shot.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line.
And they've been the more physical team, offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
A big disparity in the free throws, and that's been a big boost to their offense.
Davis, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
My bad. My bad.
Just 4 seconds left in the first quarter. Cole. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I can be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistency.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. For New Orleans, their last game a loss to Golden State.
Kevin, that was really a tremendous effort. I mean, I thought they were coming all the way back. What a great fourth quarter of basketball. Just not enough to take it all the way.
And man, I tell you what, they had everybody in the building on the edge of their seats in that one. What an amazing comeback that would have been.
So for New Orleans right now, they've got Gordon, Tony Douglas out there with Norris Cole. Then it's Alexis Ajinça, and it's Davis in at the 4. And guys, Meyers Leonard really showing signs of progress in last season. Huge steps forward for the big man.
And you know, progress is all about confidence with young players. I mean, his shooting percentages were remarkable when you look at the fact that 50, 40, 90, 50%, 40%, 90% for a 7-footer, unheard of, and he's in that neighborhood.
And he knocks down the first one shot.
You know, I think Meyers Leonard really finding his niche as a stretch big man. And I think with his size and athleticism, the Blazers had envisioned him making his mark in the paint. But the way he's shooting, though, that they're not going to complain nor try to limit his impact on the game.
And the Pelicans miss again.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And, you know, his teammates, Leonard's teammates encouraged him to just let it fly. So much of the NBA game is confidence, and he's having success putting the ball in the basket, and I think he has a chance to be a very good player.
There's a good screen off the pick, and it's Freak missing.
There's a little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
And so a pretty lopsided game to the... We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
Lillard has been playing.
Here's Freak, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Wagner in at point guard. Harkless is out there with Alexander. Then it's Henderson, and it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Freak kicks to Plumlee, and stolen by Perkins. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And here we go, fast break, Evans has got it. And Holiday, here we go, off the left rim and out. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Plumlee with the screen. Here's Wagner. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. And for the Pelicans, their shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Offensive rebound. Tries yet again. Perkins against Plumlee. The shot by Evans. Nobody around. Missed it, even after all those chances. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Davis. And it's Freak missing.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
That's good. 16 points for Davis.
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
The dish to Plumlee. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
And, you know, for so long, the NBA has had 12-minute quarters In last year's preseason, they began experimenting with the 10-minute quarters. Players seem to like it, but it would be a huge change philosophically in terms of how the game is played.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Mason Plumlee. Cunningham, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Coles comes in for Drew Holiday. New Orleans making some changes here. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Perkins. And it's Gordon in for Davis. Here's Wagner. And the shot no good, a bit short. And Clark, with the 10-minute quarters, the players felt like they were fresher during the game. Still, removing 8 minutes from an NBA game does have huge consequences.
Well, we must remember it's being experimented with right now, so keep that in mind. They also talk about shortening the preseason and doing other things to keep players fresher during the year. I like the thought process.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
And the basket by Gordon.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Wagner feeds it to Henderson. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Just 5 on the clock. Shot off the screen. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
And it's Cole missing. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And the first one goes. As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries.
Came in a screen. For the 3. Here's Leonard. Portland again missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
It's stolen by Frazier. Harkless the pass to Frazier. Came in a screen. There's the pick. Here's Harkless. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
And guys, more and more, you know, we're seeing the league try to protect the health of the players. I mean, you see the evidence on the court over the last 5 years. The league has cut down the number of cameramen along the baselines in half, giving these great athletes a little more runway to land safely.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Anderson, he's checked in for Cunningham. Pondexter comes in for G. And it's Gordon in for Norris Cole.
It's this simple, guys. No rebounds. No rebounds. We need to dominate the glass. Biggs, get the ball up the rim and get it out to our guards so we can get out in transition.
Ajinça dishes to Douglas. He feeds it to Ajinça. To the inside. And it's Gordon missing. And speaking of more space for the players, there's even been talk of widening the court. What do you think of that, Clark?
You know, players have gotten bigger and more athletic, so I wouldn't be opposed to maybe widening the lane a bit. I know the owners with those front row seats raking in that cash might not want to expand the court.
New Orleans has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Portland.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players. everything was spot on.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Lillard. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
.35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Douglas kicks to Gordon. They set the pick. Passes it to Anderson. A terrific shot on the turnaround.
And this run not really doing him any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
Back to Kaman. It's stolen by Ajinça. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And time now to head over to Ernie Johnson for the 2K postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.